one thing I was thinking about with that is justice, because like, is chaos just, or is peace more just? Because there's in Plato's Republic, which is one of the greatest books I've read. My philosophy professor said it's more important than the Bible. So
Blasphemous.
Yeah, blasphemous, heretic. So that's a really, really interesting book, and that almost that entire book of the Republic is about justice. It's Socrates is the main character, and he's asking people what they think what they think justice is, and he, through Socratic dialogue, he kind of demonstrates by asking questions that they don't know what they're talking about. So Socrates was a very interesting person, but he was a brick builder or something like that. So he was a blue collar worker, but he became smart for various reasons, and I have a theory of how that happened. But he would in the agora, which is where the politicians would hang out in Athens, and Socrates would just walk up to them and start asking questions. And through that Socratic dialogue, by questioning, he would show that they didn't know what justice was, didn't know what love was, even though when these politicians were speaking through their strong rhetoric, they would throw out those words, just like, oh yeah, it's just, it's right, it's fair, but nobody knows what these words even mean.
But it's like, well, we really don't know what we're talking about. All of the, so much, probably on some level, everything that we believe, everything that we would talk about as upholding our society, everything that gives us the ability to continue this societal existence is on some really high level a lie.
Right. Or a myth.
Or a myth.
Yeah, something like that.
But that doesn't, on the same token, I don't think decreases the importance of it.
Yeah, it has meaning, I would say. Yeah, myths and mythology, like Greek mythology, for example, has great meaning and importance and sway for like the ancient Greek people and even Western civilization. If people don't know, Western civilization is completely based off of the Greeks and the Romans. Not all of it, but there's also Christianity. But if you look at the source of how we think in the West, but it's actually not even just the West. The Western culture is being expanded to the whole world. So it's like, to understand globalization and how, if you're living, for example, in a third world country right now, your country is becoming more westernized. So understanding what the Greeks and the Romans and the ancient Christians, what they believed, that has a lot of sway in how we think today, as even like basically as a globe.